So I wanted to share another verse that I kind of relate to, and I think that some of you on my social media will relate to. But this is 1 Samuel chapter 1, and this is talking about Hannah. She was really hoping and praying to have children. Well, this ate her up because her prayers were going unanswered. She's praying and praying, Lord, can I please have, a child? And she was becoming very depressed because she felt like her prayers were not being answered. She'd cry, she wouldn't eat. She was just super depressed, right? And her husband, he was very supportive, and he'd be like, isn't our love enough? We're okay, me and you. And as much as she loved him, she still had this really deep desire to have children. So it says, Hannah was praying in her heart and her lips were moving, but her voice was not heard. Meaning, no matter how much she prayed, nothing was happening, right? There was no movement. And it says, I am a woman who is deeply troubled. I was pouring out my soul to the Lord. I have been praying here out of my great anguish and grief. So no matter how upset she was, she would not stop praying to God. Now, this took quite a while, but eventually it says the Lord remembered Hannah and answered her prayers, and she became pregnant, saying, because I asked the Lord for him. She named her child because of that. And the story of Hannah can be interpreted as different situations. Whatever struggles that you are going through, whatever you are struggling with, bring it to the Lord, okay? Don't think that he doesn't hear you just because your prayers are not being answered right away. He answers prayers in his divine time, okay? It's not going to be the second that you pray and then you're just expecting, like, why are my prayers being answered? You're not listening to me, Lord. What is going on? Why am I being singled out? And that's not the case. He knows what is best for you and when it's best for you, because what you're asking for may not be meant for you at this time. There's probably some things that you have to go through before he can deliver this to you, right? So a lot of us are going to struggle. We're struggling with grief, pain, sadness, fear, whatever it is, feeling like nothing is ever going our way. But we have to open our heart and our mind and our soul and give it to God, give it to Jesus Christ, okay? Because once you start to walk alongside him, you're going to see a lot of differences, okay? You're going to see the things that you've been asking for come to fruition. He is a very thorough God. He's patient. He doesn't rush. So he asks you to continue to pray for these things and just give it to him and see how your life changes for the better. And you're not going to expect it. And it's going to happen.